All right, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Late Night Shots Podcast, episode 110. Today we have Pennsylvania State champion Pierson Manville. So, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing all right. So, before we get into this episode of Late Night Shots Podcast, Derek has a quick word from our sponsors.
Some of you know we have three very great sponsors: Body Art Nutrition, supplement company based out of Minnesota. We got Liquid IV, just a huge health and fitness company, and then Defense Soap, a small PA antifungal soap company made for wrestlers. So yeah, you can use all three of the links down below. There's a 15% off code for Defense Soap, and then there's 20% off code down there for Body Art Nutrition, and there's a 25% off code for Liquid IV. It's an affiliate link. You just shop with it at checkout. 25 will be automatically applied to your cart. And yeah, let's get right into it. I guess I'll go first. So Pierson, from the Men of Heavyweight Nation, we just want to congratulate you on your PA state title. I think it was a little shocking for everybody. We saw you get that big upset in the semifinals. So what was that like for you? Just getting that big win, getting a pin in the semifinals.
Oh, it was such a great feeling, man. I think of that moment every day, and just the sequence of the movements that I did leading up to that pin. I wouldn't say they were planned out, but I say they're movements for me. And but my feeling after that was so happy. I took like 45 minutes of celebrating that, but I got back to work and getting serious for the finals later that night.
You've had a few big tournaments. I think you won Powerade. I want to say it was a while
Yes.
back. I don't even know where. I think you were seeded like 3, right?
So
You were seeded like
what?
third at that, right?
I was actually seated, I'm pretty sure 6.
Okay, yeah.
That's all right. They see me decently low, but I guess I did my job and came back and won. So that was pretty good. Pretty great tournament for me.
Yeah, 100%. Derek.
Yeah, for you, obviously you come from a wrestling family from, obviously your brother wrestled at Penn State. So what kind of impact do you think that had for you, as a young kid watching your older brother put on that navy and white singlet and go out there and wrestle for Penn State? What was that like for you?
I'm just happy. For him. He's my brother. He's probably one of my number one fans. I train with him a lot in our little basement thing downstairs where I'm at right now. But he's always been my inspiration. I've always wanted to be that guy like him, dominant wrestler and all aspects in life. He's a very smart kid in school. He's doing ROTC right now. He's gonna serve in the Army later this year. So, but he's just an inspiration to me, and I'm happy to have him.
Yeah, so have the schools allowed to contact you yet? I'm assuming they are.
I believe after Fargo, I think that's when we can quote unquote talk, but I can do unofficials and stuff.
Okay.
Now,
So what
obviously,
I'm hearing is
a lot of people see where you train. A lot of people see where you go to high school. So is there a little something leading you to be strapped up in the navy and white in the next coming years?
There's got nothing wrong with that, but I keep an open mind to anything, schools, live, anything else. I'm not closed off to any ideas of going where my brother went or trying something new, but I'm not closed off. I'm not closed off.
Yeah. So you're not just only set on going to Penn State. You think if another school comes around and gives you a good offer, you'll take it.
I want to wrestle.
Yeah.
I love wrestling. Whatever leads me in the path of wrestling and becoming a champion in freestyle, Greco, whatever leads that way, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. So you're a big Greco guy, as I've seen, as well as your brothers. Kamal Bay just made his return recently at Bill Farrell. I'm assuming
Yeah,
you're probably gonna go to school. You're not gonna do all that, but do you have any aspirations to try to make a team soon?
I have huge aspirations on my phone. And on my paper upstairs. I in my resting room of all places. I have a I have a paper and a sheet. It has all my accomplishments. And when it goes for not accomplishments, but my goals for these, yeah, districts, regionals, and states, and all that first place, and then at my postseason or out of season tournaments, which was world teams, Pan Ams, Fargo, Worlds. I have all those as golds around my neck. I I say to myself I will and I can do it. I see myself as a cadet world team. I hope to become a world team member. In the coming future, and I say I will and I can. That's just my lifestyle. I just I'm just that I just feel like I can do it. So
Yeah. I mean, obviously, nobody could really tell you any different. A lot of people were kind of questioning your abilities during states, when you had obviously a really tough semifinal opponent who a lot of people thought was going to be the guy to move on in kind of a clash of the Titans that obviously happens in the semifinals at PA States. So, I mean, some people have their own opinions on what happened during the match. You wrestled in it. Did he momentarily get knocked out? Because a lot of people were saying that he hit his head and got knocked out when he went on his back? Or do you
man,
think you just stuck him and he didn't want to get up because he knew there was no chance of him getting off his back?
I don't know. Can't say anything about that because like Tyler, he's my friend and he's actually my I've trained with many times. He was a weight class below me last year at Fargo, where we both placed second in freestyle. But I don't know anything about him being knocked out. I did rewatch that video a couple of times, and I did see he waved his finger, but I have no idea if he got knocked out or anything. But
Yeah.
it just, I mean, I just kept wrestling, and it ended up with a pin. So
Yeah. I think one of the big things in your career right now is you train with David Taylor at the M2 Training Center. I don't know who's there. I think Feldman was down there for a bit. Guys like I think Sam Herring, Jude, and then a couple more. Like, what's that like being able to train with an Olympic gold medalist and have him coach you?
having David Taylor as my coach, I mean, I have good coaches. Obviously, my dad's my first coach. He'll be my coach for a while, but I've had many coaches that are high level. I had Brandon Paulson in Pinnacle, Olympic silver medals in Greco, and and I have David Taylor, Olympic and world gold medalist freestyle, and yes, having him as my coach means a lot because he's out there. He's doing what nowadays like techniques and stuff to become a world and Olympic gold champion, and having other teammates that are high quality like Jude, Levi, sometimes Fellman when he comes up from Malvern. Just us sharing input and ideas in wrestling to make us into a better quality of a wrestler is very monumental and great for me to wrestle.
I was about to ask what's the score of Feldman versus David Taylor, but then that seemed pretty stupid, so I'm not going to. But heading into next year, you're looking for your second state title. So, what do you look?
I got one in 7th grade in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
At 3rd and 8th, but that's whatever.
All right, you're looking for your second PA state title.
Yeah.
The best
PA
ones.
third state
But
title, yeah.
yeah, like what are you looking forward to there?
take that label too. I'll take that label.
Yeah. Wait, actually, you're kind of cutting out a bit. I don't know what's happening.
I said I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll
I
take
heard
a.
you.
So I mean, obviously, we got to ask the question: is seventh grade winning a state title in a different state? What was it like compared to this year wrestling at PA states? What was it like? What was it? Was the medal going around your neck standing in Hershey? Was that feeling just so much better than the other tournament?
I can't answer that, but they're both so great. Minnesota and Pennsylvania, that crowd is amazing. Those crowds are amazing. Those two are probably the best wrestling states. These two. Some compare New Jersey and PA or California and PA, but those two are pretty great. And just being that crowd, Giant Center in Pennsylvania or the XL Center in Minnesota, just with thousands of wrestling supporters and fans coming to see wrestling, it's just a great feeling. And people cheering, so awesome.
Yeah. So in Minnesota, where'd you go to school in Minnesota?
Shakopee.
Okay. So when you were in seventh grade, this was like the year after when Gable was a freshman in college, pretty much. Or was this the year he won his fourth state title?
The year he won it was the year after I came. Minnesota. When I won in Minnesota.
Was the year he won his fourth state title?
No, it was the year before.
After.
Yes, I won it in 2019. 2019. He won it in 2018.
Okay, yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
Nah, that would be crazy because do they take like a picture of like all the state champs together in Minnesota?
I can't remember. I think they did. No, I didn't. They did not.
Oh, damn. I was gonna say if you two won it the same year, you can just be like, "Yo, I want to stay till the same year as like an Olympic champ." Like that. That'd be like the biggest flex ever.
Oh, it would be the biggest flex. I have like the seventh grade guy and the super cool senior.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of people they kind of talk about how PJ Duke did it. How PJ Duke, he went out there in seventh and eighth grade. I mean, still now is not lost at the state tournament. So what is that kind of like? What was that like being a seventh grader wrestling at states, against kids who could be, way older than you? Kids could be seniors and juniors in high school.
That I've never thought of that. I've never thought of age, or sometimes people have they have tattoos or stuff.
Yeah.
Right? But I've never thought of that. I just kept wrestling, loved the sport, and whoever I was brought out to wrestle, I wrestled with all my and didn't look past anyone at that age.
Yeah. So do your wins from you wrestling in Minnesota, did they transfer over onto your career record for PA, or do you have like a completely different set of win record for Minnesota?
Online it did not go through.
Yeah, but would your school count it? Let's just say if you broke the school's win record, would they count that or no?
We celebrate at my school, and but we didn't. It's not going to be on any official, but I probably will send a text to my coach or something and tell him, hey, I'm about to make my 200th career high school victory. And he'll be like, yeah, we'll celebrate at the home duel, or, at high school events, they'll their coach will go to like announcers or something and tell them, hey, our guy's going to make a career stride or something. And they'll, but it did not go through. But I celebrated on my own, and I could see the poster right now, but
Pull it out, man.
Yeah, go ahead. You can pull
Yeah,
it
pull
out.
it
if you
out.
want. Yeah, go ahead. Hold it up.
my mom made it. She's a pretty good artist.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
150. That's. I think there's like 5 kids in New Jersey that have ever hit 150 wins. Oh, I was just in. Did you wrestle 8th grade in Minnesota also?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So this will be in 6 years of high school wrestling instead of
So,
4.
how many matches do you get in Minnesota though?
My 7th grade year, it's on that wall. It says I have. Let me just take a look.
Go ahead.
Bro, you can have 45 matches in a season in New Jersey, and that's
Yeah,
wrestling. That's if you make it all the way through the state tournament to the finals.
53-2 my 7th grade year.
Oh, okay, that's not even that much.
No.
Yeah,
7th grade
that's
year.
like.
Yeah.
But you made it
And
all
then-
the way to the state finals and won, so you pretty much wrestled the max amount of matches that year.
I did.
Do you remember who you lost to?
I do.
Are they like valuable in the wrestling community nowadays, or were they just guys that beat you?
I mean, he made the rankings, but I forgot his name. Wait, I think it ends with a dunkel or something, but he made the rankings. He's going to a pretty good college in Minnesota for D2. I think St. Cloud, but yeah, that win. I don't know what's going on in my head during that. Not my win, but my loss. I don't know what was happening in that match, my semifinals, but it's just a loss.
Yeah.
I moved on.
Obviously now, you've pretty much, you've kind of done it all. You've won Powerade, you won a PA state title, so now, I mean, what's the next big plan? What's the next big goal for you other than making the world team and doing all that? Next season, when you start PAAA wrestling again, what's the goal?
It's probably the same goal.
Win another one.
Get another one.
Yeah, I think honestly, next season there's going to be so many repeat state champs, guys who are going for their second, for their third. I want to see your AA, yeah, or your AAA.
AAA.
Okay.
Did
I know in AA
they-
there's a couple guys that are going for their second and third. AAA is a couple as well.
Will this officially count as your third if you win?
It's
Mm.
Off the PIA books. It would not off it. Yes, 7th
On it now, yeah.
more and
So,
hopefully-
like, for the state, like, you won't go down as a 3-time state champ. You're going as a 2-time state champ.
as a 2-time, but
Okay.
that's my junior year. But
Yeah.
again, I'll know I made it. I'll be hopefully a 3-time state champ.
Hey, when you win, you better still hold up the threes. You better throw the threes up there, knowing that you won that, because Minnesota is not a pushover wrestling state whatsoever. There is some hammers, obviously we've had Mark Hall come out of there, Gable Stevenson,
Seth Gross.
all those guys. Yeah, Seth Gross.
There's Kirk
Yeah,
Fleet too.
Kirk.
I love Kirk Levitt. He's come to my house many here, and we've just had quite a few fun conversations and stuff.
Yeah, we've talked
I
to him.
rewatched that
we did a podcast
podcast
with him.
like 2 weeks ago. It is probably the cringiest thing you'll ever see. Like it like we were like straight up fanboying over him. It was like probably the worst questions ever.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy though. Definitely a good guy. I like the videos of him and like Aaron Brooks like fighting in the front lawn of their like condo that they live in at Penn State. They're like with boxing gloves just beating each other up. Or like David Carr was just beating up David Evans, like just beating him up in the front lawn of their condo. Like they just do what they just have a good time, I guess.
They're fun guys. I've talked to Brooks and Greg so many times.
Oh,
They always have.
what did I really want to ask? What has Starachi been like lately? Because that man looks like he's just going off the grid pretty much.
don't. I really have no idea. I'm obviously not in that room.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just probably one of you guys. What is going on?
Like, you see his like posts and stuff, right?
He's on demon mode. He's
And
like
I'm just
he's like the
like,
heel. He's like the heel from WWE, but he's like the Penn State heel, like the villain of the Penn State team. Like everybody
Like-
else seems so happy and so excited, and then there's just like, what did he say? What was the one Instagram
Yeah.
caption? It was like,
it's
I hit you. It was like I hit it and then I leave or something.
it's like I show up, I add to the body count, then I
Yeah.
bounce, and I was like,
yeah, show up
I
and
gotta
add to the
steal
body
that.
count bounce. Yeah.
like honestly, like what can you say? Like if he goes down as like the only ever 5-time national champ,
Yeah.
it's like you can't say he beat Scrubs either. Like Kemmer has been around forever. Makai was a champ himself. And
Yeah.
then it's like I don't want to say it because I might be getting a little ahead of myself, but World Team Trials. Yeah.
Is that Jordan Burroughs weight class? Is that 86 kilos?
Yeah, and the fact that Burroughs himself said in the interview a while back that Starachi's the one guy he's keeping an eye on. So I'm like, like if Burroughs wants to pass off the torch to anybody, like it's not Dake, obviously, but
It'd be him.
yeah, it's him, Marsteller, trains up near there, one of those guys.
Marsteller looked good. He wrestled, I think, whatever he wrestled. I think
Burroughs just has everybody's number in this country. It was like 8-0. I don't know.
Burroughs, he's obviously a great, he's a good wrestler. He's a
yeah.
beast.
So, I mean, obviously, what's it like for you, trying to implement? I mean, obviously, you're a huge Greco guy. Everybody knows that. And do you think that kind of keeps their opponents on their toes, not to get too close, not to try to lock, get the over-unders or lock around your body? Do you feel like that gives you kind of a leg up on your opponents to kind of get some pick and pull shots on them instead of just going full upper body? Because obviously, if I'm wrestling you, I'm not going to tie up with you. You're not going to get a chance to throw me.
I love Greco. I love freestyle. I love folk style. But I definitely use my Greco and freestyle skills in my folk style matches and my Greco skills in my freestyle matches. I use every aspect I've learned for in the upper body with an over under. Just I don't know, over tie sometimes. I don't do that often, but people do like to quote unquote run away, but from those ties, and it's very annoying. But people, that's what most of their plans are for me, and I stick going for those things. I always have a plan in my matches for what specific ties I do and what stuff they do.
Yeah, and I'm sure you've heard coaches yelling from the corner, don't tie up with them, yeah.
It is funny when I hear it in the match. I go, okay. Or and you hear my coaches on my side go tie up with him, it's your tie, go once, it's your underhook's wrist. It is pretty funny. I like to say that.
So go back to your whole Greco thing. What's his name? Meyer Shapiro just committed to Cornell. I think what's interesting about this is he's not going to wrestle senior year at Sen. He's going to Cornell just to train. I think with the big news with Ivan Ivanov getting the whole position, the Greco thing, there was a lot of talk about he should have gotten there earlier in that. And our Greco program being on the rise, we have Hancock and the first world medal in a while. Schultz, who's, going to get his eventually, Lopez and Riza exist. But just with the whole uprise of Greco, do you think that, you might consider that too? Just go practice.
I'm gonna do it on my own. I may have to do it on my own. I may have to go to a place specifically do Greco, but would do all the styles I do: freestyle, folk style, at whatever place when I'm older. That could be anywhere.
Yeah.
So just I'm gonna have to, when I'm older, I'll have to get my skills fixed by someone somewhere with Greco. I'm sticking with all the skills I've learned. So
Have you
Greco's not.
ever wrestled with these Penn State guys at all? Like,
Uh, Obviously, I've wrestled with my brother Mason since he's a Penn State guy.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Like, you ever scrap with like RBY or anything?
No, I've never scrapped with RBY. They've a few those guys or Penn State guys have come to the M2. I wrestled Franklin Gomez.
Yeah,
that
he's
was
good.
fun. Okay. I think beat Olympian and world
Yeah, yeah.
medal.
I think who
and
did he lose to in the world final? Oh, it was Bezic, right? Like in 2011.
Uzbek.
It was Kadokov.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never wrestled it.
Yeah.
I want to wrestle it one time. If he ever comes to M2, David introduces him, and would like to wrestle. I've always wanted to wrestle people older than me. My middle brother Carson, he's always wanted to wrestle people older than him as well. When he was,
I think one of the big comments I got on my page was people were talking about Jordan Burroughs. I didn't know that what's his name? Bexod trains at Penn State. The guy who teched Burroughs.
we're at
Rio.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Because I think all the Penn State guys were hyping him up, and I was like, I just kind of thought this was like some random dude.
Thanks. He's a hammer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. It was 11-1. Like, it was bad. Like, he broke Burroughs. And that's like the only time you'll ever see that.
Yeah, there's only probably one handful, maybe two handfuls of people that's ever
Even beaten him, yeah.
Or close to beating Burroughs. And Burroughs, he's obviously a wrestler. He's a good wrestler. Yeah. And that type of match, that's crazy. I've never heard of Burroughs.
Yeah, you could look it up. I remember I posted it once. I think Aaron Brooks was hyping him up or something like that. You can search. It's like just search Burroughs gets teched. Honestly, he should definitely. He's the only one ever to tech Burroughs. Like,
yeah,
I was looking at that. I think what's his other name? Cotty might have been the only one ever to tech Dake too.
Who?
The guy who tech Dake in Tokyo.
Oh, the
from Belarus, Cotty Magomedov. Yeah,
that guy. He came from. Yeah.
So while we're on this topic, who are some guys you're excited for? Obviously you're a big Greco guy, so who are some guys in the international Greco scene that you're excited to see if you do make it on that world team?
If I make it on a cadet world team.
Cadet world team.
I have people in my way in at the trials, but to make it on a team. But
like who right now?
I'm not labeling one. I'm not gonna name. Keep it my secret.
Right.
But I have people in my way, and but if I know I can make a team. But if I make a team, I believe there's a lot of people on that team that are high world quality and very good. I know they're world quality. We just get better. Greco needs to get better, but we're on the rise. Greco's on the rise, but I don't know for cadet, but U20 junior, there's a lot of good people. I think Schultz I think he's still U20. Actually, no.
Colton?
He's old. Yeah.
Colton already made a senior team last year, so I don't think he has any reason to do it.
He'll do it. just to make a team.
I
But
don't think he needs to. I think he can just what's it called? Because you remember when Bo Nickel lost to Jaden Cox, he just defaulted for a match at U23s and like beat the living crap out of Woodley.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew someone. I didn't know who he beat.
Yeah,
That's. But U20, there's a lot of good guys. I can't remember their names, but be a fun team, good team. If I make that, if I make a world team for that or a Pan Am team for that, for second place, you automatically go to whatever Argentina, I think, this year for U20.
I think so. Yeah. What's it called? Well, you compete at 67. I think the Greco weight is. Or is it different?
I think it is 67, which is like 145, 147,
47. Yeah, 47.
something like that.
You wrestled 45 this season. So what are you at around right now?
I did 38 or 40 for this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah.
I plan to go 45. Actually, I don't know. Whenever I get big, that's really the sides. That's what sides. I feel like I'm getting bigger, stronger, and even taller. It's really what I care. Taller, you get to gain free weight.
Do you cut it all?
No, I don't.
Mhm.
Really don't cut. When I was making 38, or not, I actually never made 38. I made 40, but I was always eating what I want. If it was probably a Pepsi or like a Monster, I would be happy and have that. I would burn those calories and gain the muscle back. And I didn't cut weight. I lost weight, lost and cut weight. I did not cut weight. I lost weight, and was smart with my weight. Didn't plump up to 147 after a week of wrestling. I stayed in my weight to have a good life. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we'll hop into our questions here. We like to ask every guest some non-wrestling related questions that somehow end up being wrestling related. So I'll let him go first because he's usually the one that asks the wrestling question. So I'll pass it over to him.
That's cool. Thanks. Your top 3 favorite collegiate wrestlers of all time, but none of them can be from Penn State. And no Cale Sanderson
okay.
or Jake Varner
or any
coaches. Yeah, nobody affiliated with that program.
All right. I like Gable. Everyone likes Gable Stevenson. He's a good. Yeah, Kyle Dake. Good. That's a great wrestler, and probably this is a tied. This is either Dan Gable or Jordan Burroughs. One of those two. But
I'd say Burroughs, honestly.
I would say Burroughs as well. I'll say Burroughs. So it was Dake and Gable. Not Gable.
I asked this another question. What impact has Dan Gable actually had on you? Is it just like learning about his legacy? Because again, you weren't alive. None of us were alive when he was actually competing. Or even, I don't even know when he stopped coaching. But
his legacy in Iowa and in the sport of wrestling in general is so important for us to learn. He made a national wrestling museum just for wrestling. Yeah. And you don't see that. There's no museum for that. And people go to that museum and for the history of USA wrestling or international wrestling.
Yeah.
In that.
All right. So my final question.
Right.
When all is said and done, who goes down as the greatest coach of all time for collegiate wrestling? Cale Sanderson or Dan Gable?
You had to ask me that question. Come on.
I had to. No, let's think about it. Because
I
I
think it's a
had,
very obvious answer. I think it's very obvious.
I think honestly, dude,
I think it's
it's
Kale
literally a
Sanderson.
dynasty, like at this point. And it's like it's scary. Like 4 champs in a year that you weren't supposed to have anything.
You know who? That is true. Cale Sanderson is awesome coach. I've seen through like the Big Ten. They had like their wrestling. I watched that video, and it was a video about how it's like in that room, and they have fun with it. They let do what they really want, and they see what you can do today, and then they perfect what they did today.
Yeah.
They're big dodgeball fans too.
What
are
Penn
big
State guys have we had on this?
Kirk. That's it.
Jimmy Lawson.
Jimmy Lawson, Kirk.
It's an OG. But he's killing it right now in the fighting game.
Yeah.
Solid. We'll count this one as the third.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, though you never know. He's got a little bit of time still.
I don't know.
He's got quite a while before he's got to make a decision.
I don't know. Might just burnt those bridges with Iowa State. So
You know who else is I like? I like Jay Robinson. He was a good coach.
Pick too. Yeah.
Minnesota. But that guy made like good camps and stuff for intensive camps that you see on like all places. You see an advertisement on Snapchat. I saw that like 50 times one year.
Yeah,
and
That's crazy.
they were nuts. Like if you used to get penalized if you walked on the grass. Like if you had to stay on the sidewalk, like you had to walk on the grass. You couldn't walk on the grass.
Oh, did they shut down?
My friend broke his arm on the first day. He spent like $600 for that camp.
Did he get refunded at all?
Don't know. I don't know those details.
So back to the question:
Oh yeah.
who's gonna leave the better legacy, Dan Gable or Kale
Let's just
Sanders?
say
I seriously don't know, guys. You put me on the spot.
I'm Team Kale Sanderson.
what school would you rather go to? So just pick that one.
I can't answer that question yet.
You
Yeah,
can't.
come on, man. You're ruining this kid's chances of getting recruited. He can't answer who he likes.
I can't, but like, okay, let's say this. How many more years do you think Kale has left as a coach?
At least 5.
What?
Thanks.
He's like 40.
And at least 20.
That's a good assumption. He'll probably be there for a long time. He'll make
Like, if he keeps pulling in these recruits.
Yeah, facts.
Like, imagine being the greatest college wrestler of all time and coaching a guy who could very well be the second greatest college wrestler of all time.
Sriracha.
Yeah.
Sriracha.
Okay, I have one final one before Derek asks his stupid questions.
All right.
Assuming both of them win their 4th national title next year, who do you have ranked higher, Yanni or Spencer Lee? And why Yanni?
Why? Because he did it on the Olympic scene. He also did everything with that. On the
Let's let Pierson answer.
That's a solid answer.
Huh? Yeah, but I didn't ask you.
Like both those wrestlers. Yanni.
We got to ask the tough ones.
I wrestled with Yanni's brother once, and that was pretty fun.
What was the score?
Yeah. It wasn't a match. It was
okay.
at a Team USA practice. Oh, I'm at 10%. Let me find a charger real quick.
We'll wrap this up in like a couple minutes.
Yeah, you're good, man.
All right. Some phones die super quick. Dude, I just cut my bed frame with a screwdriver.
Spencer Lee is honestly equally matched. Yanni has a little bit a different style, probably.
Let's go purely off of college, right? So we have Lee, who's like 5-6 losses. Yanni
Possibly.
has one.
And that was the Iron Man.
Yes. And honestly, he kind of more lost that match than anything. So, you know.
Think I'll say Yanni because I like Yanni. I like his style. Does international styles. Both of them do, but Yanni's really proven himself with international styles, and both I want to say equally match in skill, probably technique in folk style. So I'll say Yanni because of freestyle.
I was gonna ask Lee versus Gilman next, but we're not gonna do that. So Derek, you got it.
All right. So Mason, we obviously got to ask some good stuff. I said
Mason.
Sorry, Jesus, Pierson.
Yeah, everyone else that's Mason, Carson. Oh wait, Pierson.
my bad. Pierson. Obviously, like you said, you don't cut weight, you lose weight. But what's your go-to cheat meal? Like season's over. What was the go-to cheat meal?
Probably right after all like celebrating and stuff in the Giant Center area, we went to McDonald's, and I love McDonald's, bro. In the morning, it's always a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle or bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. But my biggest like cheat meal would say is a nice bacon cheeseburger with whatever that sounds good milkshake, probably like a chocolate, maybe even mint, or like a mixture of chocolate chip mint milkshake. That's probably
solid
meal.
Okay, so my add-on question, since you said burger, what do you dip your fries in?
Either ketchup or barbecue sauce.
Respectable.
Okay.
That's solid.
Respectable responses.
Whoever says ranch, you're ashamed. Whoever says ranch for that is weird. That's what the same pizza. Whoever does that with pizza is weird.
You can do with pizza crust when it's from Domino's. That's it. You've never done that?
No, I'm not weird.
Do you eat the pizza crust or do you just like leave it?
I eat the pizza crust. I'm a man that doesn't like wasting.
Bro, Domino's pizza crust is like the stalest shit I've ever had.
All right, final question. So we'll let you make this. We'll let you build this team. Because no offense, we don't really know a lot of guys from your high school team. So we'll let you build your hypothetical team out of guys who trained with you at M2. All right, you could take 4 of your M2 teammates. We'll let you take David Taylor, and you could build.
No, David Taylor.
Okay, you can't take David Taylor.
Okay.
And you got to take 4 of your guys, and I want to know who were they, why for your zombie apocalypse super squad.
Super squad, okay.
So your team to survive the zombie apocalypse, you can take 4 of the guys who trained with you at M2 and a reason why on each one.
Okay.
Should we rule out Feldman also?
No, we cannot rule out Feldman. He is trained at M2. We will allow you to take Nick Feldman.
Okay, so
you
got 1 down, pretty much.
Yeah. I take Feldman too.
Right. So I got Nick Pavlechko.
Okay.
He's a 3rd medalist. He knows his thing with outside stuff. It's PA. A lot of these people live in the mountains, so they know their thing. Got my heavyweight that's trains in my club, not club, my high school room, Shane Foch, FOCHT, because he's a ginger, and you gotta have a ginger in the mix.
Respect it.
Levi Haynes with a crossbow and a bow, and he's basically a mountain man.
You gotta get Levi Haynes on here.
Huge call fighter. And Nick Feldman, He's a tank. He'll just run through.
Man, it's a
crowd.
human tank.
Human tank, bro. I don't know what he does, but have you seen his finger? He just like pops it out and just like
You know what? You know what pissed me off? That video went viral for every other page except for me. And I just sat there with like 500 likes. I'm just like, bro, come on.
this
It got
like-
millions of views everywhere else.
You got
and then
millions of
we-
views on Flow, and I'm literally a page dedicated to fat people wrestling. And then this motherfucker gets 0 views.
people in Russia that got got huge views because of that. And the
Yeah,
likes,
these Russian pages, their engagement is like crazy.
literally what they do since birth. It's either a combat sport or you're military.
Because that's like their sport. And like honestly, that'd be cool like if it was like that. Because like who's the most famous athlete out of Russia? Like it's Sadulayev right now.
For like probably a figure skater or something.
Yeah, like figure skating is actually like insanely cool. But
It's So like I can't make
yeah,
stuff.
but now we get to sweep the world championships for free. You know, this year.
I don't know.
Derek.
Oh yeah, so I mean, obviously, Pierson, good luck to you coming up. With your, what you're gonna do on the international scene, and then obviously, we're looking forward to seeing you. Hopefully, we will see you in person next year at Hershey, in the Giant Center, on the floor, doing some interview stuff. So hopefully, we will see you guys, all you PA guys. You'll see us in the Heavyweight Nation t-shirts, and we'll be doing some postmaster interviews with you guys. So. Hopefully we will see you at the Giant Center.
I appreciate it. I am gonna get myself a Heavyweight Nation shirt or a sweat. You guys have sweatshirts?
Yes, we do.
We can talk about this off camera, but yeah.
All right.
All right. So thank you for coming on. This has been episode 110 of Late Night Shots. See you guys again next time.